Hi, my name is Dr. Tomi, better known as Tomi Ademokun, and I have over 16 years of experience in the field of public health, working in the Africa, Caribbean, and American region. I am a public health advisor for a top public health agency, and I am the host of Wellness and Wahala podcast, and I'm excited to talk about the big ideas 2021 made with Prezi virtual video conference, and today's topic that I'm a subject matter expert in talking about, and I love it, is telework. The coronavirus would change the world of work for good. Most of us, like me, have been teleworking since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in March. So it's important to really understand what is telework. What are the differences in teleworking, the pros and cons? What are some great teleworking tips and some communication tips to ensure that your teleworking is going to be a smooth process even post-pandemic, because I believe that this is going to be lasting for a while. And I love this quote from Rob Whitman that says, "Time is valuable, and telework is a valuable component to help improve quality of life in many ways." And it has improved my life and my work-life balance, both personal and professional. I have been able to balance it quite well using teleworking modalities. So what exactly is telework? Telework is also known as telecommunicating, and which means you're working from home or remotely using modern technology like your laptop, your computer, your tablet, and other telecommunications tools to stay in touch with your employer and your coworkers and your business associates and your customers. During this COVID-19 pandemic, telework has increased significantly, and most likely it's going to be like that even post-pandemic. Telework can be home-based. Most of us are working from home, and you need a dedicated room in your house that's quiet. I usually have my own workspace. I decorate it. I have some nice candles, scented candles in the background, some nice soothing music. I just like to make it unique and comfortable. There's also telecenters that provide access to telecommuting and co-working, like small conference room spaces where people can also telework. You need to make sure that you're roaming based, meaning that you have access to high-speed internet and Wi-Fi, even on your telephone as a backup, so you can use your telephone hotspots. So what are the differences, the pros and cons in teleworking for employees and also for employers? So telework is remote work outside, as we said before, and being at work, like most frontline workers that can't telework, they have to be present at their company and office, and they have to work directly with their patients and their customers, like grocery store workers. But those that are teleworking, these are some of the pros and cons for employees. Some of the pros that I like are better home life, like I said before, work-life balance, flexible work hours, less expensive, and reduces stress. We don't have to be in long commutes and in traffic, so it is really great. Some of the cons are isolation, emotional burden, lack of motivation at times when you don't see people and your coworkers is only virtually, impossible initial investments, having to get a printer and other items if you didn't have an office desk and a good comfortable chair, things like that you have to procure to ensure that your office at home is up to date. You have up to speed Wi-Fi, so if you don't have Wi-Fi at home, you definitely need to get it. So some of those initial investments and costs that weren't budgeted before. Some of the pros for employers is high productivity from staff, less accidents and sick leave periods, reduce people being absent, and less expenses, overhead costs from people being in the office. Some of the cons are more difficult supervision, less effective teamwork, like if you're trying to have like a staff retreat, a team building exercise, reduced acquisition of skills, and loss of confidentiality. So it's really good to make sure that coordination is key, and even to consider the best positions for teleworking and the best technology tools. Sometimes I like to have my laptop and also a desktop screen, so two screens where I'll be able to work with, and a tablet. So it really just depends. You have to have great management skills and manage your time effectively and your schedule. Some other teletips that I have is, like I said before, I love creating my own unique space. If you want to have a pop of color, if you want to have some music, if you want to have some candles, pictures of your family, of your dog, make it unique and nice and exciting to go to. Make it well organized. Make sure you have your planner, and it's really important to have something inspiring. So I like to have my plants, and also you need to be flexible when you're organizing your meetings, your schedules. So make sure that your Outlook calendar, if you have Microsoft Outlook, or if you just have an old-fashioned written planner, make sure that you space out your meetings and be flexible. Keep track of all your deadlines. Also, make a work plan of all of your tasks. Also, try to mute notifications on your phone. If you're on social media in the evenings, make sure you turn it off during your work hours so you don't get any type of distractions from personal social media accounts or personal emails. Make sure that you answer your official emails on time and respond to them in a timely manner. Also, you need to have good posture. I'm still working on this. Sit straight. Make sure that you try to exercise, take your breaks, stretching. Make sure that you have some water or some, juice near you to drink. And, just make sure that your space is comfortable, your seat. Make sure that you take your breaks. A lot of us, it's hard to remember to take our breaks when we're working from home, especially if you're working long 12-hour shifts. Anything greater than 6 hours, make sure you take your 15-minute break, your 30-minute lunch. Sometimes people try to split it up, 15, 30, or take it all together and take 1 hour. Make sure you have your coffee. I'm a tea person, so I gotta have my tea in the morning. Try to do some sports during your lunch break, and just like I said, stretch, exercise, and just keep it moving. If you have a pet, we have a rescue dog, emotional support dog that we got and adopted during this pandemic period, and I love playing with him during my break, and my daughter. So taking your break is key. We get so busy at home and we forget communication is key when you're working from home and telecommuting. So communication from your emails, make sure that you're responding and keeping track with your messages. I like using instant messages. At times there's different chats you can use on Skype and IM messages, WhatsApp messages, to really keep in contact with co-workers and staff and managers. Video conference tools like Skype, like Prezi are great, wonderful tools. Google Hangout, Zoom, we've been using that a lot. So these are great video conference tools. And of course, your phone, sometimes your internet goes down. You just need to just use your phone and make sure you stay on top of everything. So this is just a recap of everything, a summary. Make sure that you stay on top of your schedule and you're organized, you have a great workspace, and also make sure you exercise and keep a healthy lifestyle, especially during this pandemic. Exercising is key. Making sure you take your break is really important, and be professional. Dress professional. We don't want you out in your in your pajamas and and not being professional during your video conference calls. You're still at work, so please dress professionally. If you have any questions and you want to reach me, once again, I'm the host of Wellness and Wahala podcast. I'm on all podcast platforms. You can reach me at this link and on all social media. Thank you.